has gone, and the land is dark, and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. Oh, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Stand by me. If the sky that we look upon should tumble and fall, all the mountain should crumble to the sea, I won't cry, I won't cry, no, I won't shed a tear. Just as long as you stand by me. And darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me. So darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me. Whenever you're in trouble, would you stand by me? Oh, stand by me. Won't you stand now? Stand by me. Stand by me. I wake up every morning, I stumble out of bed, stretching and yearning, another day ahead. It seems to last forever, and time is slowly right. Two baby mess together, then it starts to fly. Cause the moment that he's with me, time can take a flight. The moment that he's with me, everything's alright. Nighttime is our right time, we make love. Diamond hands in my time, we take up. My baby takes the morning train. He works from 9 to 5 and then he takes another home again to find me waiting for him. My baby takes the morning train. He works from 9 to 5 and then he takes another home again to find me waiting for him. He takes me to a movie or to a restaurant, to go slow dancing, anything I want. Only when he's with me I guess a light. Only when he gives me, makes me takes another home again to find me waiting for him. My baby takes a morning train. He works from 9 till 5 to 10. He takes another home again to find me waiting for him. My baby takes a morning train. He works from 9 till 5 to 10. Just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'll be like heaven to touch. Oh, I wanna hold you so much. At long this life has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. I can't take my eyes off of you. Pardon the way that I stay. There's nothing else to compare. The thought of you leaves me weak. There are no words left to speak. But if you feel like I feel, then let me know that it's real. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. Just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off of you. You'll be like heaven to touch. Oh, I wanna hold you so much. At long last life has arrived, and I thank God I'm alive. You're just too good to be true. I can't take my eyes off of you. Trust in me when I say hallelujah. And nothing in the world I wouldn't do for you. I wanna say yes to ya. So crazy am I, crazy about you. How crazy are you? So crazy am I, crazy about you. How crazy are you? Are you crazy about me? But I want seem to feel this strong. This time I just can't be wrong. Baby, you're the reason I've been waiting for so long. I reach out for your hand. Hey, baby, there's no second chance. Trust me, darling. Do you believe what I say? I climb the rocky mountains. I swim the deep sea. I wanna sing hallelujah. I wanna sing hallelujah. Still, there's nothing that I wouldn't do for you. I wanna say yes to ya. So crazy am I, crazy about you. How crazy are you? So crazy am I, crazy about you. How crazy are you? Are you crazy about me? So crazy am I, so crazy am I, crazy about you. How crazy are you? So crazy am I, crazy about you. How crazy are you? Sunday morning rain is falling. Still some covers share some skin. Cross the shore, then I see moments unforgettable. You twist to fit the more that I'm in.
Hello everyone. Before we start the class, please turn on your camera so we can see you. We're going to cook together. So please turn on the camera for us. Okay. So we're going to start with introducing ourselves. My name is Dae Kim. I'm a teacher from the Han식 Space EM. Today's online live class is our very first class, so we're going to test if everything's okay to run the cooking class through online. So I believe you already received this box through mail. If you did, please give us an okay sign to us. Okay, cool. So we're going to go step by step to make the traditional Korean dessert today. We also have this same class offline, but since the COVID-19 is all over the world, so we're trying this online as well. So some of you probably opened the package already, but we're going to start with opening it together. Oh, and also here we have a special guest. We're going to cook together today. So, okay, so in this box, we have all the ingredients that we need today for today's dessert. So we're making 3 different desserts today, 2 different desserts and 1 beverage. So first dessert is a yullan, which is a chestnut ball, and second one is a gotgamsam, which is a persimmon wrap with walnut, and the beverage is sujeonggwa, which is a cinnamon punch. So first we're going to take the ingredients for the yullan. So here we have 2 packages of the chestnut. It is already steamed inside, so you don't need to steam it. We're just gonna open it and make the chestnut ball. So here we have two bags of the chestnut. And to the chestnut, we're going to add a little bit of sugar. So in the package, we have a brown sugar and white sugar. And the white sugar is for the yullan. So here. And 다 있으시죠? And we also have cinnamon powder. This we are going to add it to the dough, the chestnut dough, and also we are going to put it on the chestnut ball as well. So here we have the cinnamon powder, and we also have a little bit of salt and honey for the yullan. So and also we have the pine nut here. Pine nut we're going to use for the sujeonggwa and also for the yullan. We're going to make finely chop the pine nut and put it on the chestnut ball. So that's it for the yullan, all the ingredients for the yullan. And next we have 2 ingredients for the gotgamsam. Here we have gotgam, which is a dried persimmon. So here. And inside we are gonna wrap the gotgam with the walnut. So we have a package of walnut. And that's it for the gotgamsam. And last, we have ingredients for the sujeonggwa. Here we have a 생강, ginger. It's already peeled. And here we have a cinnamon, package of cinnamon, whole cinnamon. And last, packets of brown sugar and a little bit of jujube. Jujube, we're gonna use it as a garnish. So these are all the ingredients for today's cooking class. Okay, so, and we already informed you to prepare the cooking tools. So here we have 2 pots of for the sujeonggwa, and And the pan for the walnut, we are gonna start slightly roast the walnut. And we need a strainer, but if you don't have a strainer, we'll also tell you what to do to make the chestnut dough. And few bowls, big ones and a few small ones. And we also need spoon. If you have a measuring spoon, it's the best, but the just regular spoon is also okay. So we're first going to start with the opening all the packets. So please, if you haven't opened the packets, please open everything. It's best to have a little bit of the small tray so we can put all the ingredients here. And the few ingredients are sent a little bit more than that we actually need. So I'm going to tell you how much that we need from the package as well. 다 잘 까주시면 됩니다. 네. So everyone have the every ingredients in the packet? Have you everything is in there? Okay, cool. For the 수정과, we sent you 100 grams of ginger, but we need about 80 grams. So take the medium size of the ginger out and save it for other recipe. And also the cinnamon powder, we have a lot, so just open the packet and then put it a little bit on the little small bowl. We just need a few to make the dough, the chestnut dough, and also to put it on the chestnut ball. And we have 2 packets of chestnut. We need about 80 grams of a chestnut. So we need a whole packet, and from the another packet, take about 4 pieces out and use the rest together. And for the pine nuts, as I mentioned earlier, we need both for the 수정과 and also for the yullan. So for the 수정과, save 3 pieces. Take 3 out for the 수정과, and the rest we are going to finely chop and put it on the chestnut ball. Okay. And also open the packet of white sugar and the brown sugar as well. You might think we are using a lot of brown sugar today, but since we are making about 1 liter of 수정과, so it's not that much. But if you are worried that it's gonna be too sweet, you can adjust the amount of the sugar as well. Okay. So open all the packets of the sugar. Okay. So, and the very last, we have 2 more ingredients here. The honey and the salt. Also put it in a small bowl. Everything okay? Everything okay? And if you have any question during the class, please leave a comment on the chat room. Okay. So every ingredients are ready and open. So finally we're going to cook together. So the very first thing that we have to do is preparing all the garnish for the dessert and the beverage. So first thing, we're going to roast the walnut. So when you roast the nuts, you don't need any oil. We just need a pan, a dry pan. So we are going to roast the walnut together. So put the walnut on the pan. And we're going to, and she's going to help me to roast the walnut. So I'm using the induction. Induction. So put it on the like medium low heat, and then you have to keep stirring so it doesn't burn. So roast until it's turning slightly brown. So, and be careful not to burn the nuts. If you roast the nuts, the nuttiness from the nut gets the scent, the aroma of the nuts gets better and gets nuttier. So we recommend to use the nut. Before you use the nut, roast them on the pan, or if you have the oven, you can put it in the oven and slightly roast. So put the heat on the medium low and slightly roast the walnut. The walnut is for the 곶감쌈. Everybody's doing okay? Good. Okay, cool. Is it okay? 괜찮아요?
네, 괜찮아요.
괜찮아요? So we are going to roast a little longer. Few more seconds and taking out. So I can smell the nuttiness from the walnut. So we are going to take it out in a few more seconds. Okay. 꺼내도 될 것 같아요?
네.
Okay. So we're taking out. So, 어이구. So my walnuts are ready. So I'm putting back on the bowl. We roasted together, so I'm giving few to her. So first garnish is ready, and the second, if you're done roasting the walnut, please give me a okay sign to me, so we can move on to the next step. Okay, so most of you are done, so I'm moving on to the next step. Second thing that we have to do is making the jujube flour. So this is for the 수정과. So here we have a jujube. we prepared 2, but we're using 1. But if you mess up with the first one, you have also the other one, so you can try one more time. So to make the jujube flour, we're going to cut like this. Slice it like this and open like this. And you can see the seed inside, so take the seed out. Take the seed out. So now we have a seedless jujube, and we are going to roll it like this. Roll it well, and then hold it with your hand like this. So inside of the jujube is very moist, so they stick to each other very well. Hold it tight, and then slice it thinly. So throw out the end part and use the middle part only. So after you slice, it looks like a little rose, dried rose. So we are going to use it as a garnish for the 수정과. We just need a couple. Okay, so good? Everything good? Okay, so we made second garnish. And the next one, we need to finely chop the pine nut. So as I mentioned earlier, we need to save 3 pieces for the 수정과, and the rest we are going to chop and use it for the yullan. So on the pine nut, if there's a little residue at the end, take it out. But most of them are quite clean, so you don't really need to clean much. But if you see little skin at the end, take it out. We only need the clean ones. 요런 거? 이런 거는 빼주시면 됩니다. 네. Don't throw it away, just take the top part out. Okay. We call it like germ of the pine nut, but clean everything out. Okay. And if you have a kitchen towel, prepare 1 piece. On the pine nut, it has a lot of oil. So when you chop it, it's better to get the oil out of the pine nuts first. So if you have kitchen towel, prepare, but if you don't have to. But it's better to prepare the kitchen towel and take the oil out. So put it on the kitchen towel and cover it. And press it with your knife. After you press it very hard, you can see the kitchen towel has oil from the pine nut. It's a little bit wet from the oil of the pine nut. After you press it well and get rid of the excess oil from the nut, take the kitchen towel out and finely chop. Try to chop as fine as possible. So we are going to put it on the yullan. If the pine nut powder is too coarse, then it doesn't look that pretty and it doesn't stick onto the yullan very well. So you have to try to chop as fine as possible. So hold the blade of the knife, end of the knife, and move it around to chop. Explain more slowly. Okay. So again, when you chop the pine nuts, use the kitchen towel to get rid of the excess oil, and then chop as fine as possible. 더, more fine. Almost like a powder. If you need anything else, please leave the comment on the chat window. Then I can answer you. I'll answer you. 더. 응. 완전 가루가 될 때까지. Okay. Is everything okay? Okay, cool. Okay, cool. I think I'm almost done, but I'll chop a little bit more to make it more fine. Oh, 완전 good. Very good. So I think mine is almost done. So pretty fine. 좋아요. 아주 좋아요. And after we make the yullan, we are going to put a little bit of honey on the ball and then dip it in the pine nut powder. So it's better to put it in the bowl so we can dip it easier. Okay, so all the garnish for the today's dish are ready, and now we're going to actually cook. Some of you are still chopping, so we'll wait a few seconds. If you're ready to move on to the next step, please wave your hand to the camera. Okay, so we'll wait a few more seconds and then move on. Next thing that we are going to do is to prepare for the 수정과. We have to simmer, steep the cinnamon and the ginger. Okay, so we're going to move on to the next step. For the 수정과, we need the ginger peeled already and the whole cinnamon and 1 liter of water. I have the measuring jug here, so we can easily measure. But if you don't have the measuring cup or measuring jug, it's easy to measure 1 liter or 500 milliliter using the water bottle. Or if you have the paper cup, it's exactly 200 milliliter. So you can also utilize these tools to measure the water. So For the 수정과, we are going to steep the ginger and the cinnamon separately. So we need 2 pots. So in the one pot, put all the cinnamon. 안 되는데? And here we have the ginger. To make it more aromatic, we're going to slice it, thinly slice the ginger. So here ginger, slice the ginger about this thick. So it's like making fresh ginger tea out of fresh ginger. So slice everything. My ginger are ready, so slice it like this thick, as thin as possible. And on the recipe for the 수정과, it says prepare 1 liter of water. So we need 500 for the ginger and 500 for the cinnamon. So 500 of water for the ginger and 500 for the cinnamon. So in another pot without the cinnamon, put all the ginger that you sliced. So in one pot, we have cinnamon, and the other pot, we have ginger. And here we have 1 liter of water. We're going to put 500 of each pot. Okay, so here I added 500 of water in the ginger pot and another 500 to the cinnamon pot. So prepare 2 pots, 1 for cinnamon and 1 for ginger. We are going to boil it separately and then add back together. The reason why we cook it separately is by doing that, it gets more its own aroma well. If you mix together, the aroma of the 수정과 is not as good as cooking it separately. So mines are ready. So seems like most of you are also ready. So I'll put it on the induction. And turn on to medium-high heat to simmer. And we have a timer here. I set it to 15 minutes. So we are going to simmer it for 15 minutes. Okay, just let it simmer and we'll move on to the other dishes and finish them first while we are simmering the cinnamon water and the ginger water. So next thing that we are going to do is making the 곶감쌈. Here we have the 곶감. Yes, good. So it was frozen. We sent it frozen. So hopefully you already defrosted it so we can roll it well. And we also need the plastic wrap. Prepare a plastic wrap. To make the 곶감쌈, the first thing we need to do is taking the top off. Taking the top off using the knife. And just like how we did to make the jujube flour, we are going to cut it this way. This way. Don't cut all the way down, just slice it to open it like this. And inside of the dried persimmon, there might or might not have the seed. If there is a seed, take the seed out. So hers has a seed, but mine doesn't have any seed. So if there is a seed inside of the dried persimmon, take it out. And we're going to fill it with the roasted walnut inside. So take the roasted walnut and put it in the middle of the dried persimmon. Try to add, put about four pieces of a walnut, but some of the pieces are broken, so try to put whole, the standard is a whole walnut. Try to put 4 pieces of a whole walnut. So if they are broken, try to reshape it into a whole walnut. So mines are also broken like this, so I'll just try to stick it on top. So prepare it like this. And we're going to roll it like how we did with the jujube flour. So cover it, cover the walnut like this. And roll it well. And now we prepare a plastic wrap. Take the one piece of a plastic wrap here, put it on the cutting board, and place the 곶감쌈 on top of the plastic wrap. And wrap the 곶감쌈 tightly using the plastic wrap. After you roll, we are going to twist the both end like you're twisting the candy. Twist it like this. Okay. And we're going to let it sit for a few minutes so it can hold the shape well. So after we hold the shape of the 곶감쌈 well, we're going to slice. 곶감 썩었어요. Is it 어디에 계신 분이죠? Let me see it. Some of you has the bad 곶감, so please show me if it's really bad.
맨 아래 계신
위쪽이 그런 건가요? 아니면 하얀 가루가 있는 건가요? 가루? 가루인가요? So if you have a little bit of a white powder on top, it's a normal thing. But if it's really rotten, I'm sorry, but you might have to throw it out. But hopefully you can buy the dried persimmon and then make it. 그거 화면 좀 크게 해주시겠어요? So it is really bad. So, okay. So you might not want to use the 곶감. I apologize. So if the wrap is good, then we'll set it on the side and then move on to the other dish. After we hold the shape well, we're going to slice it into bite size. And now we're going to prepare yullan. So here I have a strainer and the chestnut. We're going to strain the chestnut through the bowl. But if you don't have the chestnut, you can also use a spoon. So if you don't have a strainer, just press it down. Since it's very soft, you can just use spoon. But it's best to use the strainer and strain it down. So if you have the strainer, it's best to use the strainer. So press the chestnut through the strainer. But if you don't have, use a spoon or fork to smooth out the chestnut. Okay. So the chestnut that we sent you is very soft. It might be not that difficult to strain it down, but press hard through the strainer to make the chestnut dough. This. Again, if you have a strainer, it's best to strain through the strainer. But if you don't have, just put it in a bowl and press it down with a spoon or a fork. 저기 절구에 이렇게 하시면. Okay. So I'm done with straining it through the strainer. On the bottom of the strainer, there's a lot of chestnut. So clean it out. If you buy a raw chestnut, you can steam or boil. Either way is fine. But if you boil, it has more moist content, so you might have to add a little less or no honey, since it's very loose. So the chestnut is strained through, it's very smooth, it's ready to make the dough for the yullan. If you're done preparing the yullan, the chestnut, please give me an okay sign through the camera. We'll move on to the next step. Okay, cool. So now we are going to make the dough using the chestnut that you strained through or mashed. For this, we need the 1 packet of sugar that we opened already, the white sugar, not the brown sugar. Add everything to the chestnut. The second thing that we are going to add is a cinnamon powder. Just add a pinch. Just very tiny bit of a cinnamon powder to the dough. And a little bit of salt. Also add a pinch, just a bit, to the dough. 꿀이 어디 갔니? 꿀이 없어요. 꿀.
여기 안에 여기다가 부었는데.
아 진짜? 아 큰일 났네. 아 진짜? 아 그럼 빼자. And mix it well. If the dough is too dry, add a little bit of honey, But since it's very moist, you don't really need to add any honey to the dough. Mix it well. 꿀 가져다 주세요. 꿀 가져다 주세요. 한 팩씩. 선생님, 여기 볼에다가 넣어가지고 가져다 주세요. If you have a glove, plastic glove, wear it, and we're going to knead it, just like making a pasta dough. Knead it well. If there is a chunk, mash it with your finger. Use 2 packets of nut. Which nut? Use 2 pack of nut or just 1?
아까 그 3개 빼고 나머지 다 사용한다고 말씀드렸습니다.
So here in the cooking kit, we have a walnut and pine nut. So the walnut is for the 곶감, the dried persimmon, and the pine nut is for the yullan and the 수정과. And I told you to save 3 pieces of pine nuts for the 수정과, and rest we chopped, and we are going to use it for the yullan. Am I clear about the question? Okay. 시나몬 어디? Cinnamon powder, we gave you a lot. We couldn't find smaller package. So we're just gonna use a little bit, add it to the dough, and a little bit to put it on the yullan. So we just need this much. We just need this much. The walnut pack, I mean. Okay, so the walnut, for the walnut, we have a lot of amount. So just put enough to fill the 곶감, the dried persimmon. So if it's enough, you can add everything if it's not that much, but if it's not just a small amount, add everything. But if it's not them, if it's a lot, you can save a little bit and add the rest.
저 화이트 슈가 드셨는데.
Yes, add all the white sugar to the yullan dough. The whole packet. Okay, so my dough seems good, smooth and moist. 하나만 주셨어요? Okay, so my dough is ready. Hopefully yours as well. And roll it out like this. Now we are going to divide the dough into 7 equal pieces. So use a knife, cut it into equal 7 pieces. So here, so the cinnamon and the ginger water is done, so I'm going to turn it off. And finishing the yullan first. So here we have 7 equal pieces. Roll it out into a small bowl first, like this. Roll it out. If there's a little bit of a chunk of a walnut, chestnut, try to mash with your fingertip. Few pieces, if few balls are bigger than the other, take few parts out and then roll it out again. we're making 7 tiny chestnut balls.
안녕하세요.
네, 이렇게. My one piece is a bit tiny, so I'm taking a little bit out from the bigger ones and I'm rolling it again. So my pieces are quite similar. I have 7 pieces ready. And now we are going to reshape it into like a chestnut. So we have 7 balls ready and we're going to shape it like a chestnut. So to shape it like a chestnut, hold it like this and then pinch the end like this. And press the bottom so it can stand well. So here I have first chestnut. Yes, good. So ours first yullan is done. So I'll show you one more time. Hold the chestnut ball like this, and then pinch the one side. Hold it like this, and then pinch. And then press the bottom so it can stand well. Okay, one more time. Hold the ball like this and then pinch the one side like this. So it's like a chestnut or like a water drop.
물방울 모양 같아요.
맞아요. 물방울, like a water drop or chestnut. And press the bottom so it can stand well. And repeat the same step again and again. So one more time. Hold and pinch one side. And then press to the bottom. She's also doing very well. So hold, pinch, and press. One more time, hold and pinch the end. And press down so it can stand well. Anyone struggling or everyone's doing well? Everyone's doing well? Making the chestnut? Okay, cool. And I'm on the very last one. So last time, hold and pinch one side. Okay. And press the bottom so it can stand well. So my 7 little chestnut balls are ready. And now we're gonna finish with putting a little bit of a pine nut powder that we made and the cinnamon powder. So here we have a honey. So I'm going to dip 3 balls to the cinnamon and 4 to the pine nuts. But if you prefer cinnamon more, you can dip more chestnut balls to the cinnamon powder. For the to put a little bit of the pine nut powder to the yullan, you need to put a little bit of honey to the bottom. So I'll show you first. So here, it's better to use a spoon. Get a little bit of honey onto the spoon and dip the bottom. of the chestnut and dip it in the pine nut powder. So like this. It looks like a chestnut.
이렇게요?
네, 맞습니다. So like that, dip the bottom of the chestnut ball to the honey and put it on the pine nut powder. And for the cinnamon, you don't really need honey. You can just dip without any honey. Cover the bottom, roll it out like this to the cinnamon powder. Cinnamon powder one looks like this. And repeat the same step to other ones. So I'm making 4 pine nut one and 3 cinnamon one. So for the pine nut, roll it out on the honey and then dip it to the pine nut. They're so cute. Roll it out on the honey and dip it in the pine nut. And for the cinnamon, we don't really need honey. Just roll it. Roll the bottom to the cinnamon powder like this. And the last one, roll it out. So the yullan is ready. Hope you are almost done as well. So I'm going to plate it on the plate. For the yullan, I prepare a little square plate. So any plate just big enough to plate all the 7 yullan is good. So I'm going to plate it like this. So 4 pine nut one and 3 cinnamon. Okay. My yullan is ready. So while we are making the yullan, the ginger water and cinnamon water for the sujangwa. Oh, you guys did really well. Show me your yullan through the camera. Cool. Very pretty. Did it very well. Cool. Okay, so now we are going to finish the sujangwa. So while we are making the yullan, the cinnamon infused water and the ginger infused water are ready. So we're going to strain the ginger and the cinnamon. So first I'm going to strain the ginger and also strain the cinnamon as well. So we strained all the ginger and cinnamon, and both water are mixed in the pot. Here we're going to add the brown sugar to the pot, to the cinnamon and ginger infused water, all the brown sugar to the ginger and cinnamon infused water. So add everything. But if you prefer less sweet, then you can take some sugar out, or you can also, if you have some honey at home, you can substitute with the honey as well. And we're going to boil it again. So in the pot, I have cinnamon infused water, ginger infused water, and the packets of brown sugar that we opened already. And we re-simmer. While the 수정과 is boiling or simmering, we are going to finish the 곶감쌈. Here we shape the 곶감쌈 very tightly to the plastic wrap. So we are going to unwrap. Since today's 곶감 is quite big, so we can get about like 5 pieces. So slice it into bite-sized pieces. Like this. I think we can get about 5 pieces. To make the 곶감쌈, it's better to shape it to use the completely dried one. Some of the 곶감, some of the dried persimmons are very moist, and today's 곶감 is also very moist, so it's harder to hold the shape to make the 곶감쌈. Maybe it tastes better since its inside is very tender, but it's to make the 곶감쌈, it's better to use the completely dried persimmon. And for the persimmon wrap, the 곶감쌈, they are ready. So I got exactly 5 pieces. For the 곶감쌈, I prepared this round small plate. I'm going to plate it here. So put the edge part down. So I plate it like this. So my 곶감쌈 is also ready. Please show me your 곶감쌈 through the camera if you're ready. Very nice. Cool. Everyone did it so well. Okay, so I will place it right here. And while we finish the 곶감쌈, my 수정과 is start to simmer. So if you boil the 수정과 longer, the aroma will get more intense. And usually 수정과 is cold beverage, so after you boil it or simmer it, it's better to keep it in the refrigerator or in the freezer. But since we don't have much time to keep it cool, wait it until it cools down, we're just going to plate in the bowl, in the cup. But again, 수정과 is usually cold beverage, so after you simmer, we recommend to keep it in the refrigerator and drink it, enjoy it as cool. Okay. For us, our staff prepared a bowl of ice, so I'll cool it down very quickly. But for you, since if you don't have any ice at home, just keep the 수정과 in the refrigerator or freezer and cool it down. I'm just gonna cool it down quickly in the ice bath. I'm cooling it down. I'm cooling the 수정과 down through the ice bath. If you have ice at home, cool it down through the ice bath. But if you don't have any, just keep the 수정과 in the refrigerator or the freezer. I'll cool it down a little bit longer. Can you smell the ginger and the cinnamon? It smells very nice. And it's also very, yeah, cool. And it's also very good for your, it has a very warm energy in the ginger and the cinnamon. So it's very good beverage to enjoy during the winter time. So I think it's almost cooled down. So I'll finish. I prepared a little cup for the 수정과. A little bit for her and a little bit for me. Okay. Here we have 수정과 ready, and we're going to put the jujube flour that we prepared in the 수정과 and the 3 pieces of a pine nut on the 수정과. So 여기 한 번만 잡아주실래요? So my set of Korean traditional winter dessert is ready. So here we have 수정과, cinnamon punch, and 곶감쌈, dried persimmon wrap with walnut inside, and the yullan, which is a chestnut ball. So hope you are also done with all 3 items, 3 dishes today. So it was our very first online live cooking class at this new space. It's called 한식 Space 이음. It's at the nearby the Anguk station, line number 3. So we're not grand open yet, but we're going to open early next year. We're going to also put the notice on our SNS or our 한식 portal website, which is www.han식.or.kr. So if you want to visit us, please keep up with us through the SNS or our website. So hope you enjoyed today's cooking class, and please enjoy the dessert that we made today, and have a safe and warm winter. So, and hope to see you again next year. Okay. Bye. 감사합니다.